Ladies and gentlemen, we are the Millie Goats. I am AK. This is G.U.Y. Tex is out of town. Butch P is out of town. Butch said he may join. We don't know. He could not. It is episode 157. That's a lot of episodes. August 14th, 2024. Happy National Lizard Day. We have more on that. But it
But
is
what? 10 days.
10 days.
Hey, jinx.
Come on, dude.
That was just me wanting to say that. Did you have that in the doc?
I did. It's right there below. It's like second line down.
You do. That was just me saying that. We're just on the same wavelength.
10 days. Like we should do the 10 days of football.
Do
a calendar. So
on day 10, the Vikings lost their quarterback.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, did I bury the lead?
No. I feel so bad for that guy, man.
Dylan?
But no, not him. That's JJ McCarthy. We're gonna get into that, dude. We got everything. So everybody's tuning in right now. We're currently recording in front of a live studio audience. So if you hear us yell out stuff from the chat, that's okay because that's what we do. But we have a ton of football news to start the show with, and we have to. So we're going to start it with this, dude. We're going to go right out of the gate. And now that I've figured, well, first, before we do that, if you're new, thanks for tuning in. BMO's already here, one of one, of course. And if you're tuning in, you're new to the show, or if you're watching the replay, if you're listening to the podcast, you can't see this, but we're going to throw up our social media. I call this our social media business card, digital business card.
You need to get a QR code. People can scan it. Makes them follow all of our accounts.
See, I thought I did something cool, and then you rained on my parade.
Actually, I don't even know if that's a thing. And if it's not, then we just created an idea.
I think it is. But I also saw this thing where people wear bracelets, and you just hold it up to their phone, and it, boom, it's like a little athletic-looking bracelet.
That's interesting. I have seen the digital card for like a business card. People can take a picture, and it adds all your contacts.
So this is where you can follow us: TikTok, Instagram. What's going on Instagram?
That's so weird. I can't believe you put TikTok at the top.
Oh,
to say that us two old dudes have a TikTok. Follow our TikTok.
I have not swiped up one time. What
does that mean?
I don't know how it works. I guess you turn it on, you open the app, and then it immediately just starts blaring videos in your face. And I'm like, whoa, what's it? Like the music's like, if you don't have your volume down, the music's blaring, all that nonsense. And so I just click on our profile to load up a video of one of our jokes or something stupid that we've said, which, I mean, we've done fairly well on TikTok. We get, 700 to 1,000 views per whatever we put on there, which isn't bad, I guess. I don't know what the ratio is. Somebody ratio us or whatever you want to call it. I don't know.
They're going to be in our comments. Those are rookie numbers.
They are, probably. And we have a Twitch, which we're not going to stream gaming, but we're on there. But then we have all the other ones.
We stream us calling other people's gaming.
Exactly. That's our lazy way around. We don't have time to play video games, so we'll just watch other people play video games.
Yeah.
So keep an eye.
Did I ever tell you the story about guy I used to work with? He's like, he was saying, his son always watched YouTube videos. He's like, I don't understand why my son always watches people play games on YouTube. And so he asked his son one day, he's like, I just flat out asked him, I was like, why do you watch people play games or video games online? Like, why don't you play the game? And he said his son turned around and looked at him. He goes, well, why do you watch people play games of football on TV and you don't just learn how to go play football? So he was like, touche. My son is smarter than me.
That's it. He's probably like, that's a great answer, and that is definitely my son, because that's exactly what my son does it too. He'll watch some of those things, and I'm like, turn that off. Let's play this Super Nintendo, dude. You and me. Let's get this Yoshi, and let's take Super Mario World by storm.
Yes.
So anyways, that's where you can follow us. Live shows, obviously, Wednesday, Sundays at 9:30. Podcasts available at all these nice locations, and I think some more, but we could only fit these. So if you're a podcast and you're mad at us, then sponsor the show, and we'll put you right at the top.
Hey, that's right.
Shout out Mr. U too, because he was like, "Dude, I love that graphic. Can you help me make one?" I was like, "Sure, dude." And we made him one. So there you go, digital business card.
Did you charge him?
No, I didn't know if he liked it or not. Okay, dude. Here we go. Right out of the gate. It says it right in the title. Unexpected NFL QB rivalry. Buku is here just in time. What's up, boy?
What's up?
Heard
All
that
right, The
before?
Rock. Bury the lead with my "How dare you."
Wait, what? No,
What? That's
dude.
what The Rock says. Boys.
Oh, no, that's baby.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Way to bury your own lead right there. Way to give it away.
I'm a good barrier.
Speaking of good berries, how about some Burberry? No. How about some Hellman's mayonnaise? Dude.
I'll be honest. When I first saw this commercial, I thought that was Hasselhoff, like a AI created back in the day Hasselhoff from Baywatch.
Dude, it's the greatest thing ever. I don't know if I didn't even watch the commercial. I was just like, "Oh, stop me if you thought that wasn't going to happen." But you like the title there, GQB thirst trap. Oh, people who listen on the podcast can't see it, but on top, which says breaking news, like always, even though we never break news, but it's Daniel Jones with a beard, which apparently is taking the internet by storm, and Will Levis with his mayonnaise commercial. And I'm
Daniel
here to
Jones
tell
is a
you,
Charlotte guy.
oh yeah,
He needs to come back and save the Panthers.
are you saying trade?
I mean, I'm just saying if it doesn't work out.
I'm just saying the rivalry that I thought who was going to be fighting for views on social medias was not between Daniel Jones with a beard and Will Levis. And is this the now? I mean, everybody wants to be like, oh, it's Mahomes and Allen or Mahomes and Lamar and Allen and Purdy. And it's like, you got these two guys going down here. One of them just grows a beard and the other one is sponsored by mayonnaise. And I'm like, why are we not bringing this is the rivalry we need. This should be the biggest rivalry in football, potential Super Bowl matchup here.
I mean, Burrow took himself out of this running too when he got a haircut.
That's exactly, and didn't grow the bangs and the mullet.
No.
So he bleached his hair, but there's a story behind that. I'm not sure if it's true or not, but when he cut his hair, that was uh-oh. BMO chiming in here. My favorite thing about the show is AK giving the listeners a mental picture of the graphics he makes.
It's all about the graphics, dude.
Dude, you got to understand, people who cannot see the show do not understand that we have two, very burly looking men that play quarterback in the NFL. One of them is dousing himself in mayonnaise, and one of them just happened to grow a beard. And these are the things that people need to talk about.
Well, BMO, I know you got me beat on this, but I've known AK for 20 years for the listeners. And there's the three times that I've seen him the most happy in his life. When he got married,
mm-hmm.
when his kids were born,
mm-hmm.
and when he makes a new graphic and sends it to the group. Those are the three times that I've seen AK the most happy in his entire life.
Dude, when I figured out how to work Canva and Mematic, it was on, dude. It didn't matter. I'm like, my wife sends me a picture of something. I'm like, let me put that in a graphic, send it back to you, see what you think.
Oh.
What?
Thought that guy on top was Tex.
Hey, we'll have to send that to his wife, my sister-in-law.
Yeah.
Also, Mr. Buttery Biscuits, he's here trying to watch this $8,500. He's talking about his computer. He's trying to get this. Hey, J-Vi's a sound guy. Ask him a question. Live.
Let's rephrase that. Because I can't get the sound on my computer to work.
That's true. Don't ask him a sound question.
I'm in the field, not in the office. I'm in the field.
So if you had to power rank, is the beard a power move, or who's leading the rivalry right now?
I don't know, because I think the beard is a power move. That's why I've been rocking mine for the last 15 years. But getting your own commercial in Cologne, and with the tape that he recently had released, Is there anybody hotter than Will Levis right now?
You do know he's got a hose.
Does anybody hotter than Will Levis right now?
It's true. He's in great shape too, by the way. He's in great shape. Good for him. Anyways. All right. Okay, what we're gonna do? Oh, we have news. So Judon got traded to the Falcons. Did you see that? Matthew
I did
Judon?
see that when I was down here waiting on you to come on.
As a Bills fan, how does it make you feel?
I mean, we tore him up anyway. I'm not worried about the Pats.
Okay.
That actually does help because one thing I've noticed watching Bills practice highlights, at least the ones they show out, and it's like it's intended to show Josh Allen making a good play or one of our receivers making a good catch. But every highlight the Bills have put out, it's Josh running for his life in the backfield and then makes some ridiculous great arm angle throw bullet to a wide receiver who bobbles it and then catches it and taps his toes. I'm like, I'm not sure this is being taken the way it was meant to be taken. So I guess it is good defensive players out of the division.
That definitely makes the Patriots pretty much irrelevant, I would say. Not that he was going to make that much of a difference, but I'll tell you this right now. The Patriots are pretty much mailing it in, I would say.
I don't know. They got Joe Milton.
That's true. He can throw an orange 100 yards. Did you hear that?
I did.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, yeah, Kaepernick, he's back. He said he wants to play. He's going to play in the flag football Olympics. And Jim Harbaugh actually offered him a job on
That's
his
the
coaching
problem.
staff.
I think people have offered him jobs and he's turned it down, and it makes it seem like nobody wants him.
Yeah, well, that's what he's been doing, running around telling everybody like, they won't let me in. It's like, well, you've had jobs, you've been offered backup.
That's your dude. He played for your team.
Hey, that was back before all this stuff happened. So, but Harbaugh, hey, look who's here. His CEO of
Hey.
Stats. Okay, the next one is the big one. So we had those two pieces of news, but right here, J.J. McCarthy. I'm going to break this down for all of you non-believers or I love whenever I see the ESPN hosts try to talk about this because they have no idea what's going on. So, or the box or whatever. So basically what had happened was, and I was in argument mode with people on Twitter, of course, about whenever, well, people are like, we don't know. He could be out for a few. And I'm like, no. There's two things that you are going to look for. If he is in an immobilizer brace and if he is on crutches, he has had a meniscus repair. And basically what the meniscus is, it sits on top of your shin bone and meets your thigh bone, and it helps form a stability pocket for your knee, which does rotate. But hold on, let me use my mouse.
That's more front though, right?
The meniscus?
Yeah.
So take it if you had a camera right above your head and it was
Yeah.
looking straight down.
Yeah.
This would be what you were looking at your knee. Right? So it's basically somebody taking your tibia or your shin bone and turning it and facing you. That's what you're looking at. This part in here is the medial meniscus. This part in here is the lateral meniscus. Here is where, say you had a small tear on the inside part of the meniscus. Well, they can either go in there and do a partial meniscectomy and clean it out, and then now you've got this big gaping hole, which is why they were like, the long term, it's better if they repair it because then he won't have this gaping hole because he's young. And if he has this big gaping hole in his meniscus, it's going to make his knee slightly unstable, which would then put his ACL at risk. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So what they opted to do was come over here and do what's called a meniscal repair, where they sew it up. And when they sew it up, you cannot put weight on it for like, I don't know, 6 weeks. So and then even when you come out of it, you're not really able to do anything for another couple of months. And then the full term repair or timeline is about anywhere from 4 to 8 months, depending on who it is and when it was done. So whenever I saw he was having a knee surgery that quick, and this right here is your ACL, that's your PCL. So if this little shimmy right here the thigh bone will slip around in there a little too much, and it could slip forward, and then you pop your ACL.
Mm.
So in the long term, it was better to have it repaired. I knew there's all kinds of different meniscus injuries too. You can have a radial tear, which is this one. You can have a longitudinal where it goes across the inside. You can have a bucket handle where it rips off and folds over. You can have degenerative. I mean, you could have all kinds. It just depended on if it was toward the outside, he could have done it without surgery. But if it was way in here, like this one, he was going to have to get it repaired if he wanted the knee to be stable.
And they don't know that till they get in there.
Right. You're not going to know. I mean, I can test people, and this is what I do for a living. I can test people all day long and determine whether they have a meniscus injury, but I don't know. I can know where it's at. I don't know the severity of it, though. But most people would be fine. But if he's a guy who's going to want to be planting and running and cutting and sliding, you do not want your femur sliding on top of your knee back and forth, even if it's a little bit, because it could shoot forward or shoot backwards, and then boom, there goes the big one. So, thoughts?
Hey, I was all in on J.J. McCarthy.
He looked good, dude.
He was on my big board to be the starter, but that bet's void now because he didn't make it through preseason.
You you have to you have to get you have to feel bad for the Vikings fans, don't you? This is the first.
I don't feel bad at all. I've been a Bills fan my whole life.
That's true.
I don't feel bad for the Vikings at all. It's part of it's football. It's part of the game.
Stop trying to change the game, Vikings fans.
Look, the NFL, they're supposed to be parity. They preach parity. So if your GM has done what he's supposed to do, he's researched talent. He knows there's talent out there. He can go out and get the next guy. So they still should be good enough, especially for this division. It's one of the weakest divisions in football.
Very true. No. Oh, I got something for you later too. Speaking of divisions, I made a graphic.
Historically,
for those of you who can't watch, there's a picture up on the screen of the meniscus and what a meniscus repair is, and a meniscectomy. So, dude, he's the first quarterback drafted in the first round to be out for the season due to an injury since 1964 or something. Gotta hate it. So
they had a scare earlier today.
Oh yeah, that brings us to our next slide, J.V. Because Dylon's a Vikings fan, because I'm a 49ers fan, J.V.'s a Bills fan, Tex and Butch are Cowboys fans, we created the Shambles-O-Meter. This was sent to the. I forgot I put that picture of RG3 eating the croissant on there. I totally forgot until just now.
You do love that picture.
Oh my gosh, it's incredible. They get a few viewers. Buttery biscuits and start using 4 and 5 syllable words. Big head syndrome is. Yeah, right, dude. I get fired up when we start talking about injuries and anatomy and all that stuff. So, anyways, we created, for those of you who can't see, there's a Shambles-O-Meter. I'm kidding. We've got a graphic up. We've ranked our teams as far as the preseason has gone, 1 through 4, in the Shambles-O-Meter, and then there's a picture of RG3 eating a croissant as code red, like the worst one. And right now, it's the Vikings.
They're right on the line. Vikings are RG3.
You sent a picture earlier today of everything that has happened within like the last 2 weeks.
Yes. I mean, they lead the league in arrest. McCarthy's out.
Yep.
Addison got arrested earlier this year, but also just got carted off at practice today after he found out that McCarthy was done. And now Sam Darnold is their starting quarterback for the year.
All the doubt is put to rest. How much do you believe in Sam Darnold, Vikings fans? How much do you believe?
People might forget, though, when he came to the Panthers, they started like 3-1. So, he could get hot.
He came in last year when the Niners lost to the Ravens. Scored a touchdown.
Yeah.
So, They're calling Kevin O'Connell the QB whisperer. So I don't know. I'm just saying, dude. But number 2 on the list was the Cowboys. And that's
Yes.
because they have signed 0 of their star players.
And CeeDee Lamb hasn't reported. Parsons is retweeting stuff that CeeDee Lamb is talking smack about him. And they have a quarterback who's playing for his next contract with another team because the Cowboys aren't going to pay him again.
It's true. And their fans are knocking out Rams fans.
They fight everywhere they go.
Everywhere they go. They can't handle the truth.
No.
I mean, it's an absolute shambles. Jerry Jones and Jerry Jones fighting with all the star players. They got no running back. They have none of their players. Their fans are fighting everyone. I mean, it's complete shambles. Complete shambles.
Shambles. They don't know what their defense is.
Nope. And the Bills, number 3 on the list. Shambles. Claypool's out.
Bills are in shambles right now.
Go ahead.
Milano got hurt again.
Yep.
Milano got hurt again. Yet to be determined on what it is, but afraid that it's bicep.
I've seen the rumors circulating. I saw the picture. I couldn't make out if he had Popeye syndrome or not.
I mean, dude, that was like the most grainy video I've ever seen. It was not BMO on his phone. I'll tell you what.
Galaxy.
I tell you, it was not BMO taking that video because BMO, you'd been able to see crystal clear in 4K.
Quick story on BMO at the Bills game. So we're standing there, and was it the playoff game?
Yeah.
I look at him, and he's got his phone up, and he's just zooming in, and then he bumps me in the elbow. He goes, "Check this out. I can zoom all the way up there." I'm like, okay.
And then he sent us the picture of him zooming in all the way across the field. It was Taylor Swift. You can see her clear as day.
Oh my gosh. Oh man.
Niners are in shambles too, though.
No.
Don't let
not as much
get
shambles.
by. The Niners couldn't practice
That's true.
against another team because they didn't have enough players.
That's true. Man, they canceled the joint practice. They have 26 injuries.
The Niners have a team lined up for Ayuk. They won't do it because they want to keep him, and Ayuk won't sign the deal that they've given him.
I want to spin zone this, is that this might be, for the first time ever, the most that all of our teams have been in the media as topics of conversation.
And it's
on
not
all
what
the
you
sports
want.
shows. No, it's all for the wrong reasons.
And not on this list is App State fighting people with helmets.
Oh, geez. Yeah, that's right. I should have put them down there somewhere.
But as we've stated, last time that happened, national championship, and we beat Michigan.
Yep. So Clemson is on the hot seat.
Yes.
But without a doubt, with who's going to the Steelers? Ayuk? No, he's about to sign. All the rumblings is Ayuk's about to sign.
He's waiting until after they play the Bills this weekend to sign.
Yeah. So no, it's a media, right? So now that they've pushed the Brandon Ayuk thing because they didn't really have anything to talk about, then the J.J. McCarthy thing came. So that's run its course, and now they're going after, what's the next one? I don't know. It's a media cycle, dude. It's a media cycle. So Buttery said they need another Herschel Walker trade to go ahead and put this season away all nice and cozy. Dude,
they don't have a player good enough like Herschel.
True. Okay.
Except that kicker.
Oh, shout out to the kicker. I think, all right, that's it for all the shambles meters and the breaking news and all that stuff. Well, for now, we have more. Okay. National Lizard Day, dude. Bearded dragons and leopard geckos are two of the most popular beginner-friendly lizards to own. Only iguanas and turtles subsist, I don't even know what that word means, on a plant-based diet. I did not know that. Reptiles have about 1/10 of the intelligence you'd find in animals like rats, cats, and hedgehogs. What a weird list. I did not read that beforehand, but I did not expect hedgehogs to be in there. Man, they're dumb, right? Lizards are not very smart.
Apparently.
Listen to this. The sex of reptiles is determined by the temperature of the environment outside the egg as the creature grows. Didn't know that.
I wonder if they know that.
I don't know.
Like, is Mama Lizard keeping it extra warm so she's got a baby boy, or
That's crazy. I don't
or do
know.
they
They're not
leave
very
their
smart.
eggs
They're not
like
very
turtles?
smart. I don't know. We need Tex here. Tex would have all
Yes.
kinds of. This is a Tex day.
And see,
So,
my
but
question is there a lizard mascot? Like, I know we have the Geico lizard, but is
mhm.
there you know, California state lizards?
You
Is there a
mean this?
team? Is
Oh,
it
you
a
mean as a
team?
team? I got you. I got you. I don't know. The Sea Dragons, wasn't that the Seattle Sea Dragons? Does that count as a lizard
No.
from the XFL? Ben DiNucci. Oh, that's the other
Speaking of,
part of the Bills, dude.
yes. And you know what? Ben DiNucci, I heard this today. Ben DiNucci was the backup to Nathan Peterman at Pitt. So the Bills didn't want to sign Nathan Peterman again, so they got his backup.
Classic Bills, dude. Classic Bills. Bears here as a local Purple Samurai. I wish you all
Bear.
good evening. What's up, Bear? Oh, I did have a pet lizard. I had a pet lizard named Lazard. He was a baller.
Like the receiver?
Yes. Um. Oh yeah, that's true. The Canadian basketball team has a lizard. That's a dinosaur. Is a dinosaur the Toronto Raptors? I guess.
He's a
So
raptor.
does it count as a lizard though? I don't
No.
know. I don't think so. Okay. On the show, now that we've burned up almost half an hour talking about nonsense as we usually do. Salute Your
Called
Sports,
it.
Water Cooler Debate, DFS Deep Dive about this St. Jude tournament. I'm all in. I got 20 max again, milli entry. I've got and a single entry. I'm trying to, dude. I'm having a good golf year. I'm trying to capitalize, build up for that grand idea that you had for the
Yes.
opening Sunday of football.
Yes.
Stay tuned for that announcement because we might be maxing out the Sunday milli right out of the gate, and we might win that thing. Other relevant sports news: the Lions NFL preview, Intersquad Dad Kings Jamboree. Stop stealing our intellectual property, RG3, and your croissant face, Barstool, the Golix, all that stuff. I noticed once we started calling the Golix out, they
They block you?
haven't been. He hasn't been liking. No, we did get blocked by that weirdo Luke Sawhook. I don't even know who that guy is. No idea why he blocked us, but whatever. We keep getting blocked by people. That means they're threatened. They're threatened. We're coming.
You probably got some argument with them over
Probably.
graphs.
No, graphics.
Graphics.
Now I get mad. Okay, let's do Salute Your Sports. Salute Your Sports. He said it's Texas burner account. I wish, dude. I wish. Oh, it's a Canadian league, not the Canadian basketball. It's okay. I got you. I got you, Bear.
So the whole league's called the Lizards.
Oh,
I'm
you want to
asking.
go? You want to go first with your salute, real quick? You have
I,
two.
I have two because those other guys aren't on, so I figured I would, just use theirs as one of mine.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta, this first one is just a general salute because it's big news today, and everybody wants to give them credit for the greatest highlight tape of all time.
Oh.
Taven Austin retired, West Virginia
Oh
boy.
yeah. Yep.
I don't know if I totally agree with he has the best highlights of all time, but they are awesome because that was during our era when we were playing, so we saw a lot of
Mm-hmm.
him on Sports Center. But shout out him,
Shout
salute
out.
to him for what he did at West Virginia.
We keep we keep screwing up this lizard thing. He's trying to explain it to us, and we keep screwing it up.
I picture Bear and like the Playboy guy, like he's in a big robe, he's got a cigar, he's like getting mad at us, like he's the mafia, like the mafia guy or something.
All right, what's your second one? You want me to go?
My second one is a new game that I saw scrolling through social media. They just had the world championship for it, and it's called Roof Ball. And they stand in a driveway and they have a football and they throw the football on top of the roof and they have to catch it when it comes down. Well, as you know, football, bounces, turns, and does everything. So, like, some of these guys are having to dive in the bushes, and some of these guys are getting all muddy. I think it's a sport we could win.
Oh, we could 100% win that.
And they have a world championship for it.
Dude, there's no reason why we couldn't win that.
Salute that sport.
An odd skill that I have is being able to tell which way the football is going to bounce. I don't know what it is, but
That's why you're on the hands team.
that's why I was on the hands team. I forgot about that. I was on the hands team. But yeah, that's a no-brainer, dude. We could absolutely win that. My salute is to this video that I saw of this group of guys. It was 32 versus 32 golfers, and they were playing in their Ryder Cup, and some dude had like a 4-foot putt to win the match, and he missed it, and everybody stormed the green, and I was like, man, that looks like a lot of fun.
They had 64 boys out there.
64 of the dudes. You have to salute that, because how you orchestrate 64 guys playing a 2-day Ryder Cup tournament is unbelievable.
Yeah, they probably took up most of the tee times.
Yeah, I bet they just rented out the whole course. I bet that was one of those deals you show up and you rent a house on the course and you just don't leave and just lock down.
I don't think I could name 64 people that I would want to go on a trip with.
That's true. It's very true. Very true. Hey, shout out to us, 3-year anniversary of Brothers Day.
That's right.
Remember that? The uniforms?
Yes.
So shout out John Daly for trying to break 50 in his bare feet. Did he ever do it? I don't know. Of course, yeah. I'd probably blow something. No question. So there's the Salute Your Sports. Now we got to talk. This is the reason why everybody's here, is to hear us rip on the Lions. So let's pull that up. Here's the Lions 2023 review. NFC Championship game, dude. They made the NFC Championship game. They lost to who? Brock Purdy and the 49ers.
Rigged.
And one of the most epic collapses you'll ever see. Their offensive coordinator came back. Ben Johnson, I think is his name. He was a hot head coaching. BJ, that's what I wrote in there. BJ came back to ride this Lions wave. They had 4 Pro Bowlers last year: St. Brown, Sewell, Ragnow, and Sam Laporta. Their offense was 2nd in passing and 5th in rushing. So very prolific offense. They extended Goff, Penei Sewell, and Amon-Ra St. Brown. So Goff locked up in your face. That's an argument we've been having for years. And here was the problem with them. Their defense against the pass was ranked 27th.
Atrocious.
23rd in sacks, but they were really good against the run. So can't stop people from throwing the football. Guess what? That gets you Brock Purdy carving you up right before Christmas or right after Christmas, so that you can get absolutely bamboozled and sent home and take your kneecaps with you, Dan Campbell.
Was that a Brock Purdy game or was that a McCaffrey game?
That was Brock Purdy game.
Pretty sure McCaffrey had a good game that game.
That was Brock Purdy game. He brought him back. Actually, it was a series of unfortunate events for Detroit, because I think we scored, they fumbled, and then we had that ridiculous Brandon Ayuk catch, and then we scored again.
That's right.
So we scored I think we were down 21 and we scored 14 points in like 30 seconds or something. It was stupid. And then you could see the wheels coming off. That's when the momentum started going.
They lost the mo.
They did lose the mo. Jared Goff got happy feet, dude. He got happy feet. The Niners are.
He crumbles in big situations. That's why
when you're going up against a guy who's only played in NFC championships and Super Bowls his first 2 years in the NFL. I mean,
he took the Rams to the Super Bowl his first year in the NFL.
Who, Goff?
Yeah.
I know. I told you. So they were 12-5. They won the NFC North. Their offense scored 27.1 points per game. fifth in the league. Their defense gave up 23.2, which was 23rd in the league. They lost Zach Ertz. I forgot where he went. Washington, maybe? I think he went to Washington. They lost Teddy Bridgewater and his epic number 50 that he wore in the preseason last year. You remember that?
Yes.
50 burger, dude. The 50 burger.
Isn't he like coaching high school now?
High school. Yep. He's coaching high school.
Good for him. It's all about the kids.
They lost. Yes, for the kids. They lost C.J. Gardner-Johnson. He went back to the Eagles, I think. And then they lost a lineman, Jonah Jackson. And Josh Reynolds, dude, I put him on there because
he's a big loss.
He is.
He's a fantasy guy.
Yes. 100%. You're playing a 3-game slate on DraftKings on Thanksgiving or on Thanksgiving with your family and the Lions are playing. Josh Reynolds in your lineup. No question.
Yep.
Golf slump incoming? I don't think so, dude. They got a lot of, dude, I was reading through their stuff. They did not. They added DJ Reader up the middle. Jake Bates, the kicker. That's the kicker from the Birmingham Stallions who was hitting 50, 60 yarders in the USFL or the UFL. Carlton Davis and Marcus Davenport. And then they drafted 2 young cornerbacks, Simone Vaki.
And safety.
Yeah. And then some dude named Mahogany, and I just put him on there because I was like, dude,
Ron Burgundy,
that thing, dude. No question. So, I mean, they're set up to be good for a while.
That's what I'm. The Lions are my second favorite team. That's why I'm repping the jersey. I mean, been a diehard Lions fan as my NFC. They're my NFC team.
That's a lie.
The Bills are my team, but the Lions are my NFC team. So I've been telling people that the Lions are actually, they're set up. They got young players on offense with a good offensive coordinator. They're building around the defense, but their coach is gritty. I mean, he uses that word. He's gritty, and he knows what it's like to play in the NFL. So he knows what these guys are going through. He can relate to them. He's a player's coach. The NFC is weak. You're gonna argue with me. You're gonna argue with me, but the NFC is weak.
I'm gonna
the
show
NFC
you.
is weak.
That's a classic AFC. You're no better than the casual college basketball fan that when the tournament starts, they just root for the ACC.
There's 3 teams. I will give you 3 teams in the NFC.
Who?
The Niners,
mm-hmm.
the Eagles, but their wheels they're on 2 wheels. They're about to fall off. And the Lions.
Call AAA.
And the Lions. Those are the only teams in the NFC.
You don't think Green Bay?
No, I'm not sold on Green Bay yet.
The Rams too now.
I'm not sold on the Rams. I think people have figured out McVay.
You can. Well, yeah. All he does is throw little. I mean, it's motion and little hitch routes.
And Aaron Donald's not what he used to be. They can't pay nobody because they sold all their draft picks. Like
Aaron Donald retired.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's not. He's not there anymore. He used to be? He's not. He's on the couch.
True. You're right.
He's not what he used to be. Where's the lie?
Oh my gosh. So yeah. I don't know. I look at this draft and I'm like, they picked up 2 really young, good corners because they could not stop. That's what it made sense whenever I started reading through it. I was like, oh, that's why they drafted all these DBs.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. So they're gonna try to stop that.
I mean, they got a good I guess he's like more of a backer, or maybe is he a safety? The guy they got from Bama last year that returned that one to the house on opening week against the Chiefs.
The fullback?
No, the DB. He had a really good year. He was out of Bama. He was a rookie last year. I don't know what his name is, but he played like that hybrid DB, but he'd be in the box, not back like a safety, like what Taron Johnson plays for the Bills. He played like that for the
Isaiah
Lions.
Simmons was supposed to be.
Yeah, I don't know what they're calling that, but
the Rover or something.
Yeah, something like that. He was playing that for the Lions last year. So they drafted a good DB last year. They could do it again this year.
I'm telling you, dude, they're set up, but they still have
Jared Goff at quarterback.
no.
That's their biggest problem.
I still think they have this. And I bet you could ask any Lions fan that there's always this thought in the back of their head, like, this is too good to be true. We're gonna figure out a way to Lions this thing and like blow a huge lead or screw up late, do something dumb. So you
I don't
saw it.
know.
You saw it come back in that NFC Championship game when he should have kicked the field goal. You remember that?
Yeah, that was him. That was him going for it though. That was him pulling them out and putting them on the table. It just didn't work out the way it was
Well,
supposed to.
that's one of those things where if it works, you're like, this is who we are. This is our brand. Dan Campbell, he lived up to his name. And if if it doesn't work, they're like, this guy's an idiot. This way could never work. So you're screwed. Like either way, it doesn't matter. So, anyways, that's the review. Let's get to the hot takes. Here are the hot takes quickly. You want to go first?
I'll go first because, like I've been saying, legit Super Bowl contender because the NFC is a weak conference and they're one of the better teams.
I cannot wait for later in the show, by the way.
And my second one is Goff will be the reason that they don't make it to the Super Bowl.
You've been saying that for like 8 years. Holy cow. All right.
Come on the show.
My first one is Dan Campbell is going to have to have his podium increase very slightly each week until it's absolutely massive and it looks like a semi truck out there. There was a picture from earlier, like a week or two ago, where his podium, it literally looks like the size of a refrigerator. It's enormous. And I'm like, the biggest power move would be to just make that thing like 3 inches wider on each side every week until until he looks like Wreck-It Ralph or something.
It's like if this picture gets 1,000 likes, I'll make the podium bigger.
Yes. That's a good one. I've seen some funny ones of those.
Yeah.
I love when they do it with people's hats. All right, what's your second one? Oh, you just said
I
it.
already told you mine.
I'm gonna go on a hot take. The Lions' new uniforms stink. I don't like that. I don't like their this little progressive lion or this little electric vehicle lion, whatever you want to call it. Get it out of here. Give me back the old lion. Give me
Lion on
back
a
the old lion.
4-wheeler? The
Yeah,
fighting
something.
lion?
Give me the old Dan Orlovsky stepping out of the back of the end zone, black face mask, farting on camera. Give me that back. I want the old Lions uniforms back. I do not like this Honolulu blue thing that they've got with the gray as their primary or whatever it is. I don't like it.
Gray's hot.
I don't like it. This isn't the only time gray was hot was when Scott Calvin wore gray in the Santa Claus when he couldn't fit into any of his clothes. The grout fit. Okay. You want to read off Dylon and Texas combine whatever they put in?
Yeah, Dylon sent his in. So he said, I'm Dylon. I want to read what my Detroit Lions hot takes are. And I've had a really bad day because of McCarthy. So my hot take for the Lions is McCarthy will not win Rookie of the Year this year. My second one will be the Lions will lose to the Bears twice. And Skull. Go Vikings.
Skull. Keep that skull, baby. Dude, Skull's having a hard. What was that one account that you sent? Head on a skull or something like that.
Oh, what was it? Oh gosh, I'm gonna look it up really quick. You can read Butch's.
Read Dylon who chimed in here. I said that Goff would have more TDs, more passing yards, and more INTs. Well, we tried to combine yours and Texas because all you wanted to do was dunk on McCarthy. The man just had meniscus surgery.
And currently McCarthy has more than Goff.
There you go.
So that could not the screen name was at Pain of the Skull.
Skull's having a rough day. They're having a rough week. I don't know why you sounded like Lou Holtz reading those, but that was.
I didn't have a lisp when I threw it.
Butch's hot take was the Lions will have a Jameer image of last year. That was pretty good. Even though Jameer Gibbs is hurt his hamstring.
Shambles-o-meter.
Dude, put him on there. And then he says, I'm not done with golf. I don't know what that means, but
That means he's still playing golf. For
okay.
DF. So me and Tex are done with golf.
Done
You
with
and Butcher
golf.
still playing golf.
We're still. We'll have to do a big board bet then.
Hmm.
All right. That's the lines. Do you think? All right. What's their ceiling? What do you think? Do you think they can win the Super Bowl?
I don't think they can win it.
Why? Oh, because of golf. Who do
Well,
they
not
lose
just
to then?
one of the AFC teams.
You think they're going to make the Super Bowl?
I think they have potential to make if they stay healthy. It all depends. I mean, it's every team in the NFL you can say it's about, but it depends on if they stay healthy.
That's why the Vikings are out.
Yes, can stay healthy. Can't play them.
Can't win with them. Can't do it. All right. Here we go. Next sec.
Serious? Oh my God, you're an idiot. Are you kidding me?
Water cooler debate. Quickly. Here we go. But first, the dad joke. What's the worst part about when it's raining cats and dogs?
It's not raining, man.
No. You might step in a poodle.
God.
Yes. Okay. Last week, we had the GOAT type of basket, drum roll, basketball. You just wanted to play off
Basketball Jones.
of the Olympics so that the tweet would get circulated into the algorithm. So congratulations.
Right
Easter
after the Olympics and Curry.
Not the MVP, LeBron James. So Easter basket was second with 31%. Basket case was last with 6%. Basket weaving, people really liked. Shout out the Rook who said basket of fries. Yeah.
With the wings?
Yep. Ooh, yeah. So that was last week's. Any championship, any victory speech or no?
I mean, I knew I was going to win. It's been a while, but I've been on a hot streak lately. So I just knew it was coming.
Also, quick note, one of my fantasy football drafts is Friday night. It's back. I just submitted my keepers.
Who'd you go with?
Sam Laporta is a championship roster. Sam Laporta and Nico Collins. Nico Collins.
Do you have to pay extra for that?
No, it's a salary cap. So I drafted both of them last year for like $3.
Yeah.
And so I get to keep them for $6 a piece.
Oh, you just double?
Yeah. And so that's a huge advantage going into the draft. But
yeah.
I was in between Nico Collins, Tajay Spears, or Rashee Rice. Those are the other.
Oh, Rashee Rice not playing.
He's not?
Isn't he in trouble? Didn't he get arrested?
I don't know. I don't know if he got suspended. I think they were saying that he wasn't going to get suspended. But...
Oh.
All right. This week's question is, what is the GOAT type of hook? Do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
I can go first. I'm gonna go ahead and apologize to Mama Kasuva. Mama K, if she's still listening. The GOAT type of hook is the hook up with your wife for the first time because it sets the tone for the entire relationship.
That's a good one. That's tough. I wish. What if Tex was here? He'd be like, the GOAT type of hook is hook 'em horns,
hook 'em.
Yeah. He's in Texas right now for the first time in like 3 years.
I've still been there more times this year.
Yes, you have. They are catching up a storm of fish, by the way.
Ooh. Does that guy ever work?
Tex?
Yeah. He's always going somewhere, doing something.
He's got so much vacation time. The other thing was I'm going with the Blues Traveler song, "The Hook Brings You Back." Everybody knows that one. That's a classic.
It's true.
Shout out Maru. Oh, we got to get Maru on here.
Yes.
And then Dylon chimed in with the movie Hook.
Yes.
Rufy. Oh,
Captain Hook.
Yep. There you go. Oh, wait, I hit the wrong button. Shout out Dylon. Again. All right. That's a good type of hook. What other hooks are there? You tell us.
Chime in.
All right, let's get to golf. Let's get to golf. St. Jude's, FedEx Playoff. Time to go. Here we go. Came through loud and clear.
On my computer.
Did it?
Yeah.
Okay. Some people might say Hendon Hooker, the quarterback, if you're a Tennessee fan. Go type of hook. Layoffs. Oh yeah, BMO. How about that October weekend, the number one wedding weekend of 2024, and the NCAA slate? That's a big argument right
Week
now.
12.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just going to go ahead and say it. We got married in May for that reason.
We were July for that reason.
Yeah. I mean, you're talking to two football guys right here. I mean,
well, here's the deal. Like, I don't know if, hopefully he wouldn't mind me sharing this, but Butch got married during football season. Butch got married the day that App State played Texas A&M.
And my birthday. Shout out me.
And everybody, including Butch, was watching the game.
It's true.
So it's like, what do you want as a bride? Because it's really up to the bride. Butch's wedding was fun, BMO. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
And we all had a great time. But as the bride, I think the bride has to make this decision is what type of wedding does she want? Does she want people not concentrating on her? Or does she want people just to still have fun, watch the games, be there for them?
Well,
they're throwing a party for
I think
12.
There was divine intervention that day because she ended up having, I think there was something where something happened where the walking down the aisle was delayed. I don't know why, and that allowed us more time to watch the end of the Texas A&M game.
Yeah.
And what's better than getting married to the woman of your dreams while at the same time you're there with all your buddies watching your favorite college football team pull off a huge upset. Like as far as
the second biggest upset in school history.
That's true. We would say it's the first, but we just can't say that because that's not true. Shout out us. All right, for golf, it's the playoffs. Hubs. That's in the thumbnail. I don't know if you saw it. I put that on there. Put Jim Moore on there. Hubs. I'm for sure I'm not the first person, but Hubs made it, and then they wrote an article about Hubs, which was incredible. Great read. It's on our Twitter. Go read it. He is awesome. Go listen to the episodes we did with him. We sent him a little message and said, good luck this week. He sent us a fist pound. He knew that you and Butch P were out there. Novak knew you guys were out there. Lauer knew. Those are our guys, man. Those are our guys. So if one of them's in the offs, he's got a chance to get back home. And if he gets into Colorado, the top 50, watch out, people.
Then he's playing home.
Hey, then it's a home game.
Yeah.
In the playoffs.
Yeah.
So, Scotty, what were you going to say? Go ahead.
I was going to say, what does Hubs do when his back's against the wall on cut day?
Mm-hmm.
He finds a way.
Oh, he finds a way. Look at this. I got you right here, Hubs. Make the damn top 50.
Yes.
That's right there.
Top 50 gets you in all the signature events, too, so it's really big.
Come on, Hubs.
That's what was kind of what I learned this weekend working was, like, people like Spieth that were playing in the Wyndham. Like, they didn't have to play in the Wyndham. They were already in the top 70. But they tried to play in the Wyndham to get a top 5, top 3, whatever win. Then you are already in the top 50, gets you in the signature events, less pressure for this week.
Yep.
But what's Spieth do in classic Spieth fashion? Missed the damn cut.
He did. Of course he did. He's dealing with a wrist injury too. That's been his thing. He did donate a $500,000 check or something to St. Jude, so that was awesome.
Yes, he did.
Speaking of the playoffs, Scotty is the favorite at plus 360, then Xander at 700, then Rory at plus 800, then Morikawa at plus 14, then Auberg at plus 2,000. The winner gets 2,000 FedEx Cup points. The last three winners at this course have been 15 under, 15 under, 20 under. Scotty's mad, dude. Scotty does not like the playoffs. Here's a quote.
Because he can't win it.
True, but
he hasn't won it yet.
He says, I think it's silly. You can't call it a season-long race and have it come down to one tournament. Hypothetically, we get to East Lake, and my neck flares up, and oh no, he's already making excuses. And it doesn't heal the way it did at the Players. I finished 30th in the FedEx Cup because I had to withdraw from the last tournament. Is that really the season-long race? No, it is what it is. It's a fun tournament. I don't really consider it a season-long race like I think the way it's called. But you got to figure out a way to strike a balance between it being good TV product and it still being a season-long race. Right now, I don't know exactly how the ratings are or anything like that, but I know for a fact you can't really call it the season-long race. Man, he said season-long race a lot. When it comes down to one stroke play tournament of the same golf course each year. We need to fix this.
What is there to fix?
I thought of a few ideas.
Well, my issue with that statement is, has he not watched any other sporting league? What do? They play a regular season, and then they play a playoff that comes down to one game that decides who the world champion is. That's how sports are done. So your Super Bowl is East Lake. You play the season to get into the playoffs. Then you got to win the playoffs. He just hasn't won the playoffs yet.
Playoffs.
But I think what they should do, this would be interesting to me. This is my idea. You got your 70 guys that make the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
You want to not make it one tournament at the same event? Because two of the tournaments are played at the same place every year. The only place that changes is BMW.
Okay.
St. Jude's is always in Memphis. East Lake's the final.
Playoffs.
They should just do a 3-tournament continuation. You take the lead into the second week in Colorado. Hubs could go off there. Hubs could get back. Then, you have different leaders going in the East Lake. What is that? 12 rounds of golf to determine the winner in 3 different locations?
I thought that, and then I took it a step further. Your score to par is however many strokes you start off under par. Your year average, right?
Yeah.
So say Scotty averages shooting a 66. Well, for that course, he's going to be 5 under. So he'll start at 5 under. How about that? So that way they can get rid of this.
They kind of already
10
do
under.
That.
Make it on your, you don't just get 10 strokes. It is what your score says it is. Right?
He only gets 10 strokes on the last place guy, though. Like Xander went in second. He's only 2 strokes ahead of Xander.
But I think that would put an emphasis on you can't just withdraw and quit, because then, But I think you take your normal score to par, whatever that average is. If you average 5 under par for the season, then you get 5 strokes off when you start the tournament, and then you just keep it rolling.
You're saying
like that.
That's your handicap.
Yeah, you start hey, you're starting at 5 under. If you suck it up, that's your own fault. But at least it makes a difference to where you can say that I played a really good year and I'm going to get a benefit and a head start as compared to other guys. Just like regular season for getting the higher seed.
I mean, to me, that they already do that. Like Rahm started East Lake at -8 last year because he was number 2 in the world, and he only played good in March. Like he benefited. He didn't have a good year, but he benefited from having. It's like Wyndham.
Yeah,
Wyndham's benefiting from playing well in February.
Yeah, but you should be rewarded for it because you played well then.
I mean, that's not season long though. That's in 1 month. Like Scotty's played well all year long.
It's like saying the Eagles last year went 10-1, and then it didn't matter come playoff time because they were like 1-6.
To me, it's like they're just trying to hinder somebody from sneaking in as a wild card and then going and winning the whole thing.
They should have a wild card. That's a good idea.
Like Victor Perez, he's number 70 this week. He has to get a top 10 to make it to the next week.
Mm.
And he could do it maybe, but it's kind of unattainable.
Or it's the playoffs. Anything can happen. Everybody's 0-0.
Yeah.
Everybody's 0-0.
That's right.
Or what you do is you say, okay, we're going to take number 1 and number 70, and you two are going to play a match play. And you both, if you don't make, what is it, top 50 as a match play, or not a match play, but best ball, alternate shot, do it that way. That way, the bottom guys are just as important as the top guys.
They should do.
Then you get some real drama on the TV.
They should let the top 5 guys. They should let the top 5 guys be captains, and they pick teams.
Yes,
and then they do shotgun start, 54 holes. Team play.
You'd be a captain. You draft your team, and then you play to a score. That's cooking right there. We got something going there. Okay. That's us fixing the playoff. St. Jude's Championship, TPC Southwind, Memphis, Tennessee. 70 golfers, no cut, top 50 advance. 20 million purse, 3.6 milli to the winner. And here is where all the money's coming in. Shout out to Golf Tips Checker.
My guy on there?
For compiling. I don't know. I can't really read it. So, oh, there we go. So Henley is the most tipped. That's interesting. Then Matsuyama, who's had a weird. Did you see what happened to him?
Yeah, his wallet and stuff got stolen, right?
Yeah. And then they didn't have passports, so his caddy couldn't come to the course with him.
Oh, wow.
So they got robbed, and then his caddy and his team didn't have all their stuff, so they couldn't go. So you got Henley, then Matsuyama, then Sungjae Im, then Tom Kim, Billy Horschel, Morikawa, and Auberg. And this is when I will say, play Scotty Scheffler.
Yes. Every week.
Every time. So shout out to Golf Tips Checker for compiling this information and then always supporting us whenever we say, hey, thanks for the information, dude. So we got a good little relationship with Golf Tips Checker. Salute to you.
Nice.
What was I going to do next? So, yes, there we go. We're going to pull up the course information. Here we go. A little info from Ron Close. Also another awesome Twitter follow. If you like golf, go follow him. I'll give you a little background on the course. Par 70, 7,200 yards. Averaged almost one stroke less per round since becoming a strong field event in 2019. Narrow fairways. Zoysa. Playoffs. Playoffs. Grass, rolling terrain, hot and humid. Hey, fill a bathtub full of sweat, Ron Burgundy. Jackie Moon. Sweating in Memphis. Nice job, Ron. 12 dog legs. I'd hate to see a course that had any cat legs. But anyways, 11 holes with water danger. Average 308 water balls per event. Man, Bryson DeChambeau would wreck this course. Soaking his balls all day long. 12 par 4s, 4 par 3s, 2 par 5s. So not a lot of scoring on those. The par 5s taking some scoring out of that. 10 holes with a 17% bogey rate, only 6 holes with a 17% birdie rate. So Bermuda, the greens are third smallest. Few little slopes, 12 on the stent meter, heavily guarded by bunkers and water. The rough's 2.5, unpredictable. Pinot Bermuda. Total drivers, elite ball strikers, Bermuda chippers and putters, patient strategists, and tee to green is really important. So
I think it's pretty similar to Wyndham.
Yeah.
With the Bermuda.
Ooh, there you go. You were there. You were boots on the ground, dude.
Yeah.
So I think we can. But anyways, that's a look at the course. And really what matters is who we pick to do well at that course, correct?
Yes. Because we've been
So
hot. We were hot last week.
we were hot. We were 3 of 5 and just barely missed 4 or 5. So things are. Last week we gave you Gary Woodland. You're welcome. Tied for 28th. Tex gave you Griot, tied for 59th, made cut. And J.V. gave you Daniel Berger, tied for 45th, made cut. Dylon sucked it up with Willie Z, who missed the cut, and Butch sucked it up with Fishburne, who missed the cut. And we cannot stress this enough. Hubs, this is your time. Get to the top 50, get a top 20 here, win the damn thing, and let's go on to Colorado. Come on, Hubs.
We're on to Colorado.
All right. You want me to hide this screen, and then I forgot to add your meme, by the way.
Of course.
I forgot.
That's all right. Because I'm not playing golf anymore.
Your golf's done.
Yes. I'm not like Butch. Butch is not done with golf. I'm done with golf.
I'm not.
But
I'm not getting off this train, buddy.
But I do have a guy, because I am playing in our thing. I do have a guy, and this guy is at 6,600. Since the Players' Championship, he has had a 2nd place, a 5th place, and a 7th place. So he's been up there top 10 a couple times.
Okay, he can play.
He's also made the cut all but twice since the PGA Championship back in May.
What do you say? I just may.
And this guy could roll it last week at the Wyndham. He finished 7th at the Wyndham with the Bermuda Greens. So my guy to make the cut and to play a low guy so you can play Scotty still. Ben Griffin.
Ben Griffin.
That's right.
Woo!
Now, for those of you who aren't watching us live, and those of you who are watching us live since AK didn't put my meme up, I did a meme of me flying an airplane and Peter Griffin running.
Saved it.
And I said, J.V. is the airplane trying to pick his guy, who is Griffin, Peter Griffin, running. And I put Ben Griffin's name.
There it is. J.V.
That's right.
Get it? Family Guy. Ooh, Mr. Buttery Biscuit says JT Poston. Jim.
Not doing very well.
Usually this is when Poston turns it on, but he has been not that great. So, but you never know. I might play some Poston just because everybody else is thinking that way, and that's been a good strategy. Everybody buckle up.
All right.
This golfer, who you're going to want to play, has had 3 straight top 30s. 2 out of his last events, he's finished top 20. His strokes gained around the green, 5th. Strokes gained putting, 4th. Strokes gained total, 48th. Scrambling, 9th. So if he does hit it in the jambalaya, that man knows how to get out of it. And you're going to want to think about this golfer like this. You want to think flat stick, because he's a great putter, one of the best putters on tour this year.
Happy game.
What do you know? Flat stick, flat rate. Flat rate makes you think what? Shipping. FedEx, shipping. What do we like? Free shipping.
Flat bill.
This golfer is for. We do like flat bills. Make the damn top playoffs. From Hamilton. This golfer.
England.
No, Canada.
Oh.
And that makes you think what? Hamilton Tiger Cats football season, CFL,
The Broadway
Memphis.
show. Hamilton.
Memphis who?
Grizzlies.
Tigers. No, the college. College. Memphis. Memphis Tigers. The Memphis Tigers offer a sweet deal. When they win, that means you get tickets. And if they win, you win. And if this guy wins, he wins. He moves on. This golfer is none other than Mackenzie Hughes out of Canada.
Ooh.
There you go. Great dude. I'm telling you right now, 6,200. And he is playing better. He's the team in the NFL. He's the Packers from last year.
He's playing for his spot on the President's Cup.
Very true.
In Montreal.
Ooh, yeah. So he's got a ton to play for. He had to play his way in. He's like the Packers last year, the team that got in, and you're like, you're not expecting that guy to win. He's a 7 seed. But he's 6,200. Oh, don't worry, BMO. Don't bury the lead.
BMO burying the lead.
Come on, dude.
Come on the show one time.
Do you want to do Dylons right now before we let show the other ones?
We can do Dylons.
All right.
I've got it Dylon picked.
Dylon's phoning in. You want me to play it?
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. Why do you? Oh, okay. Here's Dylon phoning in.
Good evening, Millie Goat listeners. This is the depressed and downtrodden, down in the dumps, Dylon, trying to muster up enough excitement to bring you your dark horse for the upcoming golf tournament we have. First off, I'd like to say condolences, thoughts, and prayers with JJ. I'm sure that all you listeners have spent the last hour listening to the other co-hosts talk about the relief that they are feeling from JJ going out to this season-ending knee injury and the potential difficulty that the Vikings are going to be facing. But it's an uphill battle every year. But at some points it feels hopeless. Well, it reminds me of a story of a young man that was born in 1912 with a incredibly rare type of leukemia. Doctors gave him less than a 1% chance to live. Said that he was a hopeless cause. That man's name was Danny Thomas. Danny Thomas ended up becoming a successful comedian, producer, actor, and philanthropist that decided to found
I think that was David Thomas.
That was committed to helping all the medical needs for terminally ill children or ones that had very rare diseases. And he called that
the St. Jude's.
The St. Jude Foundation, who is the patron saint of lost causes. So how appropriate that we are playing the St. Jude Classic this week. So, given all the circumstances surrounding the hopeless causes that are out there, including the potential Vikings 2024 season, I see that it is only fitting that Dylon's depressed, downtrodden, dark horse is going to be none other than Victor Hovland, who hails from the Scandinavian Viking Peninsula, who is the Vikings' last hope. Skull on, my friends. Skull on.
Look, it's only right that we rip Dylon for this. He just compared himself to a St. Jude's patient.
Yeah, I didn't know where he was going with that. And then I knew whenever he said change my guy to Victor Hovland. And I was like, he's going Vikings. He's trying to find any way he can. Yeah. Keep that skull. Playoffs. Okay, here's the I'll pay him up front. There you go. I'll pay him up front to read it by funeral, but it has to be the exact same way. We'll have to get G.U.Y.S computer there so it'll echo through the speakers.
Yeah, that was my speaker.
He sounds like the announcer from Hunger Games whenever they were announcing the people who were getting sent to the gauntlet or whatever that thing was called. All right, so far we got Mackenzie Hughes, Ben Griffin, Victor Hovland. Here are the remaining guys that you want to play for the tournament that starts tomorrow. There you go.
The guy that's 9,500.
Of course, he picked the guy that's 9,500. He was trying to let him pick Xander and all that stuff. Text gives you Maverick McNeely. He also sent in a meme. It's the Uno one.
Yeah.
Maverick McNeely or draw 25. Mylon said, "I know one of you dummies would confuse Dave Thomas with Danny Thomas." Oh, you know,
Not
us, dude.
advice.
And
Not
then
advice.
Butch, he does it. I was gonna pick him, but Butch submitted first. Hubbard is on there. It's his time. He's had too good of a season. He has come too far to let it in before the home field advantage.
And you know, like, you never want to have an undefeated team going into the playoffs. Too much pressure. So him missing the cut last week was his first loss on American soil. So he got that out of the way.
Yep.
Backs against the wall. Do it for the kids.
He has not missed a cut in the
Do
FedEx
it for the
playoffs.
kids. The St. Jude's kids. And
Do it.
dial.
All right. So there you go. There's the guys. Screenshot it. Don't play them all in the same lineup for your DraftKings. Just these are guys to.
These are guys that you can play to also be able to still play Scotty.
And also go join our contest. It's $1 to get in. It's in the show description. Click on the link. Join the Millie Goats. Compete against us. And probably beat us because that happens all the time. Oh, good point, Buttery Biscuits. No back-to-back miscuts all season.
Yeah.
Look at this, dude. That's great. Okay. That's all golf we have. I don't know who's going to win. Scotty, probably. So, yeah, Scotty wins. I would agree with that. All right, quickly. Here we go. Hold on. I lost it. This mouse is backwards. It's really weird. Everybody, shh.
How dare you? How dare you? How dare me? How dare you?
How dare you? How dare you, sir? You're gross. How dare you?
How dare you? Everybody, get prepared. Let's go. You want to go first? You want me to go first?
I can go first.
Do it.
My how dare you goes out to the one and only Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Let's ball out, baby.
I was reading something the other day, and the Army, like our Army, our military,
salute to you,
is requesting $6 million back from The Rock. They paid him to help recruit people into the Army.
6 million?
Yes.
Holy cow.
And since that campaign started, they have actually lost active recruits.
Oh, my gosh.
So he's not doing what they're paying him to do, and he's The Rock. So how dare you to The Rock?
How's he going to swindle this one?
I don't know.
Didn't they get in trouble, him and Oprah, a couple months ago? Last year?
I mean, you never know with these wrestlers. This could just be all a ploy to make him have a good heel turn. But still, how dare you do that to the military?
Yeah, that's a no-go, dude.
Yeah.
Don't do it. Give it back, Rock. I'm so sick of these companies just throwing around millions of dollars and then not getting what they paid for. Same thing with Christian Watson's hamstring.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how mad that makes me. It's like the NFL gave him $4 million to figure out that his hamstring was small. I cannot believe that. All right, here's my how dare you. Shout out on 3. How dare you to AP college football top 25 rankings. Okay. There is not a single group of 5 team in this ranking. That is absolute gobbledygook. It is
Here's the deal.
Disgraceful. It is embarrassing. They're already trying to start this playoff nonsense before it even gets going. They're trying to ruin it. They're going to make it as hard as they possibly can to get to the group of 5 to get in there. I'm telling you, how dare you? It's a disgrace.
You saw, though, how they conveniently put 4 Big Ten teams and 4 SEC teams in the top 10.
Yeah.
With Notre Dame and Florida State. Here's my deal, though. Well, first of all, what the hell is Kansas doing on here?
Second of all, what the hell is NC State doing? They turned their tail and ran from App State. Those
Yeah.
cowards.
Facts. Arizona, dark horse to win the Big 12. Anyway,
Agreed.
this
Playoffs.
AP poll top 25 doesn't matter. And not doesn't matter because it's the preseason first week. It doesn't matter because the only poll that matters is the one that ESPN comes up with for ESPN's college football playoff.
Yep.
So this poll doesn't matter at all. It's just a bunch of people that have never played football before have the option to place a vote, and they place it on the team that they follow.
Yep. And there's no way Iowa's not a top 25. They can't score.
No.
They cannot score. This is an embarrassment. I mean, how many SEC teams? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Is that it? 9.
Yeah.
Big 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is Utah? They Big 12?
Utah's Big 12. Iowa.
6. Yeah, it's literally just Power 4 schools. It's a joke. It's an absolute joke. Shout out to the Sun Belt, though. I saw that they were technically the highest ranked Group of 5 conference.
Nice.
I don't even hold on. I have
that Liberty App State game is going to be
buddy
a good game.
Shout out to us for going to. Yeah, so the SEC has the highest average ranking in RJ Young's Ultimate 134 CFB rankings. I don't even know what average ranking by conference. So 28.7, I guess that's the ranking of all the teams. The SEC averages a 28, Big 12 averages 38, Big 10 averages 47, SEC or ACC averages 56.1, and the Sun Belt, their national rankings average out to 68.3, which is ahead of the Independents, ahead of the Pac-2, ahead of the Mountain West, ahead of the American, ahead of Conference USA, ahead of the MAC. So technically, Sun Belt Power 5, right?
I mean, hopefully it works out that way.
So that's how dare yous. Who else has a how dare you? Hold on. There it is. There's my next one. Ooh, what's Buttery Biscuits here? Minus 110 for a top 40.
I think Arizona.
Plus 200 for a top 30. Plus 450 for top. Is he talking about Hubs? Oh, yeah, there it is. He's going after it with Hubs. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about, Buttery Biscuits.
Nice.
Put it on him. All right. What were we doing? I don't even know. I had one more picture. One more picture, dude. This is our one piece of relevant sports news. And that is to put to bed all the division talk. Okay. Best division in the NFL win percentage in non-division games since 2020. AFC North leads the way. AFC North football, 62.6%, 106 and 63. And then there's a big gap. And then the next one up, NFC West, dude.
Okay, so this proves my point.
Top NFC conference.
This proves my point.
Division. What?
The AFC has 3 of the top 4 conferences in football. The NFC has 3 of the bottom 4 conferences in football. The NFC is trash. That's what I've been telling you all show. This graph just proves my point. So thank you.
I will also laugh at how bad the AFC South and the NFC South. They stink outside their division.
Terrible. I'm actually a little bit surprised that NFC South is better than AFC South. I'm surprised that AFC South is worse than NFC South, honestly.
I love this because there's always this question: is the AFC? See, there's an AFC Norther, AFC North football. That's all they say.
Hey, he's got to make a decision this weekend.
He does have to make a decision.
Split jersey,
dude. But I think this is carried by. I mean, this is not. They're all comparable.
Yeah.
I mean, the AFC East is 4th. What a trash division. NFC East is a joke. NFC North, look at that. It's terrible. But all these are right within, 1 to 2 wins of each other.
Yeah.
And then the NFC West is way up here because it's the best division in the NFC. So the Niners have been going to the Super Bowl in the hardest division in the NFC. So
It's not the hardest division. The Niners have most of those wins. What have they had? 13 wins the last 4 years in a row?
something like that.
Okay. So
Not against the AFC North.
No.
They got smoked by the AFC North last year, 1-3.
Because they don't play physical football.
Well, they just don't want to give it away. That game's useless playing against the AFC North, especially if you think that's where they're coming from out of the anyways. That's a cool graphic.
I'm getting summoned.
Okay.
So,
All right. That's it. That's it for episode 157. I put the sticker up. Go follow us on all the socials. The WOAT-A-MAKER standings. I have clinched golf. It's over. I win unless Butch changes the rules. Recommend our show to a friend, a friend's friend, your family, all that stuff. And I will sign us off. J.U.Y.S is out. So I will put this up one more time. Go ahead and follow us on all the socials. And follow us on YouTube, all that stuff. It's all right there. I don't have to say that anymore. And if you could, subscribe to the show. Go find the podcasts. Subscribe to the podcast. Leave a little rating. Leave a little review. Those things help us out. And we're going to try to make more graphics and more nonsense, like the Shambles-O-Meter. We're going to try to do original stuff. Stay tuned for our little 20-minute episodes we do just live that will not be podcasts. We throw about 1 or 2 of those out a week. We also call college football the video game on our channels. We have partnered with a few leagues to decide or to just get them to play, and we stream it on our channel. It's a lot of fun. So, but football's almost back. We have 2 more shows before football is officially back. Let's go win a golf tournament. Keep this hot golf season going. We are the Millie Goats. Thanks for tuning in. We greatly appreciate it. And thank you to everybody who tuned in on Rumble, who tuned in on Twitter. Buttery Biscuits, BMO, Dylon was up in there, Buku, Bear. All you guys make, when the chat's going like this, it makes it a lot of fun. So we will see you probably tomorrow night or one of the nights over the next, but for sure on Sunday. So thanks for tuning in, and see you next time.